sharing and I'm gossiping, I'm doing things, but I did not say that about Miss Pat. And if that's what my story's turning into, I'm getting the hell out of here. See you later.
It's like yes and yes. Like you're doing the job. You actually bravo to you, no pun intended, for knowing how to do the job in your second season. But this is the job also. Craig is doing the job. Like if you stay on the show, which he didn't, this is it. He's even said things in real life like, oh my God, and the comments, and I live in the comments. Yeah, like this is it. You and I might be ready for reality TV because we understand like this is it. Yes, you never said this about Patricia. It is a bold-faced lie. This will be your storyline. This will be discussed at the reunion. This will be talked about for the next 13 episodes. And it will make you look bad. And Bravo doesn't give one fuck, and Craig doesn't give one fuck. And that is it. And the people will hate you in the comments. And next season, guess what? You'll have a great edit. Like, that's it. And in
Yeah.
3 seasons, we're all going to hate you again. So you either get it and you're there or you're not. I just think JT is not meant overall for reality TV, which is a shame because I think he is so good at it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's just a little bit more needed from him. And you know what? We'll see how it all plays out. But it's just unfortunate because I don't want to see the Craig Austin show anymore. I want like JT is doing what Austin should have done seasons ago. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I don't want to see that show. And if I look at like the newbies,
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
Madison's okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of the others, none of them are, like, I just miss Catherine Dennis. Like, I'll be honest with you.
I
I
mean,
love Catherine Dennis.
she was messy as hell, and that's what you needed on this show.
Yeah. And so, like, without her, and we don't want to see the Craig and Shep and Austin Shooks, we've already seen it. I think JT is the best hire, maybe with Madison in the last several seasons. Like, those two, everyone else, to me, you can just get rid of. There's nobody else that I would keep. I would just say salvage JT and keep Madison and figure the rest of it out.
Honestly, I need a huge shakeup. I
Hmm.
need um Tom Schwartz and maybe Sheena and Brock to move to the East Coast and either be and just like float between Southern Charm and Summer House and just not this like passive valley bullshit that we're gonna see in season two. Like I need like the only redemption for those like 3 to 4 people, like Lala, throw her in there, even though everything becomes the Lala show. But like get them on the other side of the country, throw them in a place where they do not feel comfortable, back the dump truck full of cash up to their houses to get them to actually do this for one season, and then they'll be locked in. And then we can do all this new Vanderpump Rules stuff on the West Coast. We can do the Valley and just let things like we need to bust some of these people outside of their comfort zone to keep Bravo alive.
I think you're being way too generous when you say back up a dump truck of money. I'm not sure
Sorry, a
Sheena,
pickup truck. How
Brock,
about that?
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know how much money, Sandoval and Lala might be more difficult, but I think Schwartz and Sheena, maybe even Katie. I mean, she works at the shop, but I think they would be
Does
there.
she?
Someone, I don't know. Someone's told me that Katie is actually there, but I don't know about that.
No, I
So
think she is there. She's there fairly often, more often than Ariana, but Ariana's got a lot more going on.
And like Lala has recently said something like, oh, stay tuned, and she's implied like her and, the others will have some other show. It's like Reza Farhan has been talking. I mean, Reza hires cameras to follow him and Gigi and MJ all over. And they're like, stay tuned. It's
Stay
like
tuned. It's
you and I
coming.
could have
Yeah.
the same show. It's called paying for a camera crew to follow you around. That is costing you money. There is no show. I understand you're pitching it to every network possible, but nobody is right now giving a show to Lala and Sheena and Katie
No.
and Schwartz. There's no Vanderpump OG show happening anywhere else. Reza has been talking about this for years. He just said on Jeff Lewis, oh, it's coming. It's not coming as of
And it
today.
ain't coming. And
No.
here's the thing. The show that's going to happen before any of those shows is the show I want to pitch, which is content creators like sold on SLC, right? Like we all start our own podcast network, whether it's for the guys of a TV show or whatever it is, and then it's us like battling with each other for like guests and whatever the real estate market is for podcasters.
Do you have my phone tapped? Because I have had this exact I have literally have had this discussion word for word with someone else about like starting a pod. I mean, I'm not going to do this. I'm not starting a podcast network. I could, but I have no interest in it. But that is the I've literally had this word for word discussion about like the drama built in between Bravo podcasters. We would cast it. We all know it'd be like I mean, I could already close my eyes and tell you who could be on the damn show.
I'll tell you this, the only way I would do this is if we had funding and well, sorry, the only way I would start a network is if it were to be filmed for a TV show and we had funding and a
Same,
studio space that we can
same.
like record out of. You know what
Because
I
that's what
mean?
you need. You need like an
Yeah.
office. It needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, I have gone down this road with
Yeah.
someone before, and not far, but we've had this discussion. And I said the same thing. I'm like, we need an office. We need this. I'm like, I'm not interested in doing this, but I could start a podcast network. So could you. I could have
Yeah.
a little mini podcast under me. I could get them money. I could get them ads. I could do the whole thing. I would only do it if it was filmed. And yeah, we would need someone to fund all this. I think it's a great TV show waiting to happen.
Yeah. And guess what? I'll do it. You know what? NBC call me and then
There's
I'll
a
go
lot of
with
drama
Hulu,
there.
you know?
There's a lot of drama there. Well, speaking of these different shows that we want to make, what do you think about the facts? Like, are you shocked at this? Because Peter, you've had Peter on your podcast.
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
was talking about for a long time, before anyone that, listen, I'm telling you, there are people at Sir and I see them and they're interviewing and they're filming and they're little clips here. And he was talking about this 2.0 with the OGs, which we'll get into
Yeah.
why that's not happening. So, are you shocked at where we are? And are you shocked that there's no OG show to wrap it all out?
I am not shocked that this is happening. You know, a lot of people I I don't really partake in a lot of the online discussion, but I will observe from afar. And
Same.
it is always interesting to me to see how short-sighted a lot of the audience is, where they forget about like 2 seasons ago something that happened. Like season 8 had almost the exact same ending as season 11, right? It was a very much like a this could be the end. Season 10 did the same thing with Lisa's speech. And then, of course, Scandival broke, and we got one more episode. And then the rumors fly, well, season 10 was supposed to be the end. It's like, no one said that. Season 9, we got a weird ending, but that was COVID season. They knew they were going to come back. You know, season 7, we had a weird, like all of these things, they want to hedge their bets, right? They want to say, like, if for whatever reason we don't get back, we give people closure at the end of a season. And that's fine. Season 11 did feel a little bit different because what the hell are we going to do? Who do we want to bring back? Let alone who wants to come back. Who do we want to have come back on this show? Because we don't want to repeat